Ukrainian troops are continuing to fight to maintain control of the eastern city of Bakhmut. The Russian army and Wagner mercenaries have spent over 6 months battling to take the city, which has so far managed to hold out. Yuriy Sak is advisor to Ukraine's defence ministry in Kiev, and he joins us on the line now. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Is the fighting continuing? Are Ukrainian troops still managing to fight there, or are they going to have to beat a retreat?
Like you've said in your report, indeed the fighting for Bakhmut in the east of Ukraine is now, we're in the 6th month of this battle, and it's very fierce, and Russians are throwing everything they have. They're throwing the newly mobilized soldiers, they're throwing the well-equipped and well-trained Wagner group soldiers, and we're still holding out, and but the situation is very, very difficult because Russians have not been able to achieve any military success for a very long time, so they are literally desperately trying now to use whatever military capabilities they have to continue their attacks on Bakhmut, and it's very, very intense.
Is the city a key strategic target for Russia? I mean, is it worth the cost in Ukrainian soldiers' lives?
We have our approach has been and continues to be, and this was said by our president, by our minister of defense, by the military command of our country, that we inflict maximum losses on our enemy, and the losses of the Russian army in and around Bakhmut during the last even 2 months have been staggering. On some days, they're losing more than 1,000 soldiers a day. So the maximum losses for the enemy and minimum losses for our armed forces, which of course means that we are able to continue to prepare our own counteroffensive, because we're fighting for every inch of our land, but at the same time we are fighting a smart war. And our president has said we will continue to fight for Bakhmut for as long as we can, but we are not going to, waste our soldiers just for some symbolic meaning, which seems to be the case for the Russians.
And what has happened to the civilian population? Have most families fled the fighting now?
Well, the city of Bakhmut before the war, it was a city that was populated by around 70,000 people. At the moment, there are less than 5,000 left in the city. They're all living in appalling, awful conditions in basements, and trying to hide from the continuous, relentless shelling of the city. The evacuation at this moment is almost impossible. But they all had those who are now still in the city. These are people who refused for different reasons to evacuate where they had this choice. Right now, evacuations are very sporadic, and they're very risky because of the continuous shelling.
Yuriy Sak at the Ukrainian Defence Ministry, thank you for that update.